everybody, it is Ryan. I'm getting ready to give you a full unboxing and overview of this right here and what all comes in it. Let me change the camera so I can give you a good explanation. So this is everything that comes with it. Now, real quickly, you have the actual device. This is by the company House Solution. Very cool. Very cool, very cool. You can hear it beeping. I'm gonna explain that here in a sec. This has got a 3 lasers, one that goes this way, one that goes this way, and one that goes this way. So you have like all your axes accounted for. You also have this, which is a magnetic mount that goes on a wall. Clips like this. This is mounted, actually goes this way. This would be mounted on the wall at basically the height that you need, and then you can use these this dial right here to adjust either going up or going down or back and forth. Just some fine tuning, and it screws in right here on the bottom, or I guess on the or I guess on the top. Comes with not one but 2 batteries. So you have 2 of these batteries. You have your wall charger. You also have a fine tune. I would say this is like a level, so if you're just trying to fine tune exactly the height that you want to get for whatever it is that you need to mark on the wall. And then you also have a very cool remote. And the remote here, also you have a carrying case, and because this is a pretty tech high-end piece of equipment right here with lasers and all kinds of stuff, you definitely don't want to just throw it in your bag. And so every single thing here has a very specific spot. As you can see, everything has its own individual spot. Nice cushioned protective case, very thick, so you know when you're on the job site or wherever you want to store this, you are good to go. So let me highlight some features, and I'm going to show kind of how this looks on the wall as well. First off, you can hear it beeping. So when this is level, basically giving you a nice level line on the wall, the beeping stops, and then the line is not moving. So a couple different of the laser options you have here are one this way, and it's 360 degrees, so it's going all the way around. And you have one this way, and then you have one this way. So it's cutting this way, it's going this way. And so you have a whole bunch of different options. Let me show how this looks on the walls. All right, so in this situation, I don't have a actual mount, but they do have mounts that are totally sold separately, where if you wanted to screw it into the bottom there and have it elevated and you can adjust it up or down, you would do that. But in this situation, I'm just using a ladder. And then, but what I did though, is I used this piece right here, which you can use spin to make it go up or down. And if you look over here, this is where if I just wanted to kind of see, okay, if I wanted to use this for, let's just say, interior design or decorating, which is not what most people would use it for, but that's the first thing I thought of, is I can come in here and say, oh, okay, well, I got my, I want to use this for making sure all my pictures, for example, are nice level. Actually, that one is pretty level. You know, so you just have these different options here. And so you would just say, okay, well, I want the one with the laser that goes, you know, horizontal. So in this example, you can see there is a laser, like I mentioned, goes 360 degrees, goes all the way around. And I would just change it and use the different laser option that's on the side here. Just using the different buttons. And then I could say, okay, well, let's just say I was hanging wallpaper, you know, and I needed to line up the wallpaper perfectly. Or if I was doing a tile wall or whatever it is. Or in this example, I'm just showing this particular frame, you can see is perfectly level because coincidentally it is. But as you can see here, if I just move it a little bit, it's gonna beep until it stops moving. You can see the lasers moving around on the wall there. It's moving around, it's kind of wiggling a little bit. And then when it stops and the laser's not moving, then you know you're good to go, and you can go over and you can mark your walls. Now you have another option on here where you can use both the vertical and horizontal at the exact same time. So let's just say you were trying to find a center point. That would be an option for you. Again, I'm not a contractor, so I don't know all the different ways, but I could just imagine if you were trying to line things up and have a vertical plane, a horizontal plane, where you needed to X things out and have a perfect spot, this is a way you could definitely mark it. Now there's also 4 brightness levels as far as the laser is concerned. So you can see on my hand here, I can either go bright, and I can dim that down. I can do that with the remote, or I can do it on here. Pretty cool. You can also turn off the self-leveling, which is that beeping sound. You can turn that off just by long pressing this. And then now it will still level, but you're not gonna hear the beeping sound. So to kind of give you an idea on how far it will throw the laser, you can see this is a pretty sizable room garage. And the laser is going all the way, well, all the way around over here. So you can see it. And if you turn off the self-leveling feature, then you're allowed to come in here and use this. So you can take this mount, which is magnetized. This just happens to be a metal door. I can clamp it to that and get my level. Now it does come with a bracket that you could then mount, screw into the wall, and then use this as a guide to get the exact height. So you don't necessarily need a stand. So you don't have a stand, it comes with this. So you just go over, just say, okay, I'm pretty close to where I need to be. You mount this, and then you use these fine tuning adjustments right here, which will allow you to change the angle of this. So this will allow you to spin it. So you can spin the laser around. You can use this fine tune adjustment here. You can see the laser on the wall changing. So it's going up, it's going down. So you got a whole bunch of different options here from a customization standpoint. So if I want to line up these cabinets on the wall, I can come in here, and this would have been done before I installed these, but I can come in here and just use the level, the laser level, mark the whole row, nice, neat, and then it's a wrap, versus having to use a tape measure or whatever it is and go ceiling down, ceiling down, ceiling down. It just takes tons of time. Versus this, you know, it's perfect. And if you wanted to extend across the different walls, you can keep the whole, everything that you're trying to measure the exact same. From somebody that's not in construction, I can tell you this is going to be a game changer when it comes to just home use. You know, so if I need to, measure something, if I need to measure something and hang, for example, this, I can go in, I can use the vertical line here to make sure in this situation these cabinets are perfectly lined up, they're squared off, so I can use that vertical and horizontal line to square things off if I'm hanging picture frames, if I'm doing anything. And then if I have maybe a DIY project at the house where maybe I want to hang some tile or wallpaper, or I want to do a wall mural, anything where I know it would be helpful to not just have little dots on the wall where I've used like a tape measure, but I can just mark the whole wall, or I can even leave this up while I'm doing my install. So I don't even need to mark the wall. I just leave this up and running, and the laser on here, and you have 2 battery packs, will last in excess of 10 hours, depending on how many lasers you have actually running at the exact same time. Now, full disclosure, this company did reach out to me and asked me to do a very detailed review because it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to appreciate what all this does, but in no way whatsoever will this being provided to me affect my review. Hopefully this answered any questions you have about this laser level, and we'll talk to you soon.